What's up, guys? I figured I'd pop on here real quick. A little development. The ESC and the motor that I bought for the shredder, that has to go back to eBay. I had a problem with the seller. Didn't want to work with me on replacing the ESC. Um, these are the motor bearings that I replaced in the motor itself, because when I received the motor, it had a nasty wobble on it, and I knew that was going to be bad. So I was like, all right. I put everything to the side. I ordered some new bearings. When they came in, I just swapped them out. After that, I moved on to the ESC. Now, I probably should have done this first, but the seller that I bought it from, I'd bought from many times before, and never had an issue. And on top of that, the guy claims that he tests everything and all that jazz. So I kind of took it as his word, which don't ever do, by the way. And I had a problem with the ESC only blinking red. It would never pair up, bind up, whatever. You go through all the menu settings and set everything and all that jazz. But even after you calibrate your transmitter receiver, it would still blink red. That's all it would do. So long story short, I had to get eBay involved, because the guy was pretty much giving me more than a hard time about it, and specifically saying that he was not going to do anything for me. So I had to send it back as defective. So what I decided to do was I bought a Max 8 ESC. And what my plan is, let me get it here, hold on. So this is the motor that I'm most likely going to be using. It is a Hobby Star 4068 1700 kV. It's a nice little motor, but you need a lot to push it. It has a lot of torque. I mean, it's got fantastic, it feels great. The only issue is the ESC I bought is a Max 8 Easy Run. So let me flip this around, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this, and I apologize for shooting the computer screen like this, but I didn't want to take the pictures and all that jazz. So this is the one that I had bought. So as you can see, it's waterproof, all that jazz. My only concern is that right here it has, I don't know, 6.5 or 8 mil bullets. The motor that I currently have has these short, like, I don't know, 3 inches or 2.5 inches or whatever wires. So I'm going to need something to go from here to the bullets. I thought about buying some extenders and this and that, but some of these come with power leads anyway. I'm trying to find out from the seller if this one does. It doesn't say on the packaging, but the one on Amazon is the same way on the packaging, but it's there was a question posted and it says that it does. I'm hoping I have the same luck. So, but as you can see, the shredder is, coming along nicely. Now, here's something I noticed too. So I'm sitting here rolling the wheels here, and the differential in the back, well, I got it hung up on something over there. The differential in the back is pretty loose. So the fluid back there probably needs to be replaced. I'm going to give it a shot though and see after I run it how it does, because here's the front. See how loose it is? But then again, it does catch pretty good, so maybe it's just got a little slop in it. As you can see, the shaft itself right there is kind of bent a little bit. So this has been ran at some pretty good speeds, you can tell. Back here in the shaft in the back, it doesn't wobble very much, but it has a little bit, and you can see all the scoring marks. And you can see score marks here. So, for one, it tells me a couple different things. For one, this this is capable of some decent speeds. Okay, that's cool. Number two, it tells me it's had a little bit harder of a life than what I originally thought, which that's not too bad either. These things aren't, they're not indestructible, but they're not horrible either. Um, this is the only thing I'm really worried about once I get it all together. Focus, come on. This is plastic. But as you can see, I have a plethora of others, and this is an armor setup, I do believe. Um, but I have a few more inside there. I've got some other gears up there. This is all metal, so I'll probably end up going to something like this. And I thought about even switching out the motor plate to an Arma. I want to wait and see. Um, I want to wait and see what this one does though, because I've got a decent amount in this truck already, and I don't want to just start throwing money at it everywhere. I want to make sure it's actually necessary. Um, because the body alone was like 50 something dollars. Then you got shipping. These shocks were pretty expensive, and then of course the ESC is always expensive. Now I do have this ESC, and I've given it a shot. Only thing is, it's like 3 to 4S capable. It's a 120 amp. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's not terrible, but I kind of use this as like a backup. It's just not the greatest ESC. And paired with this one here, it really does not push this motor. I mean, you can get it to move around, and you'll get about 30 mile an hour at the most. But it really does not push this motor very well at all. So just for the sake of this motor, we definitely won't be using this. Now the Max 8, I'm hoping will push this one pretty well. I know it'll make it move good. I just don't know if you'll get the full potential out of it or not. We'll have to kind of see. So that's kind of where I am with the shredder right now. I got this is my screw kit. I don't care what it comes in. It was pretty cheap, so I don't really care about that. But this guy here, I've been looking for an application for it for a really long time. I tried it in the e-conversion I did on the Savage, and I fell in love with the motor, but I had nothing to really push it. The Savage's case, for example, I can't remember what I had on that one. I bought a new ESC, but I don't remember what I had bought. So, long story short, it would sit there, and the Savage is a heavy vehicle. So it would sit, standing still. I could punch the throttle, everything turned all the way up, obviously, and it would do a backflip. Now, it wouldn't quite land it, Again, the Savage is very heavy, so it has problems with things like that if you really want to do a correct conversion on it. So it really kind of impressed me then. So I've been wanting to use it for a really long time, but I don't have the Hobby Star ESC that this goes with is always sold out, and I can kind of see why. These aren't Hobby Wing, they're not Arma, but if you look at the higher end racing scene, Hobby Star and Surpass Hobbies, both of those actually have a decent following in the racing scene. They've got decent motors, they've got decent ESCs, and they get kind of pricey too. So I know what I have is pretty decent. I just need to find the correct pairing for it. So I'm hoping that the Max 8 will help me out and at least wake it up a little bit. I don't think it's going to be too much for the truck, so that's a plus too. I don't think there's going to be any overheating issues or anything like that. So I can run it pretty much however I want, which I plan on using this big spur gear or big pinion. I think it's a 30 something tooth. 30, oh, I'm sorry, 23 tooth. I should be able to run that. So I'm hoping. And then if that's the case, it'll really light that up. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and look for the rest of this coming here soon. And like I said, once we get it, get all the parts and stuff in, I'll take you for a live around with me. We'll discover it together. You're not going to be disappointed. I've seen plenty of videos on this. This thing rocks. I can't wait to get mine done. So once again, appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching. It'll be coming soon.